Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is Sonali from It Starts at Home. I'm going to welcome all my new subscribers and my old subscribers, and to begin with, today I am going to tell a little about myself, just so that all our new subscribers know like what we do and how do we start it. So I'm Sonali and I have a 5.5-year-old son. His name is Vivan. He's starting his kindergarten next month, September. We stay in the US, and I started my journey with Vivan when he was actual Montessori journey when he was 1 year and 4 months. That's when I moved out of India, and my husband has a job where he likes to travel, so he takes us along wherever he goes, and this is our third place. It's actually for Vivan's, it's his third place actually, from India, then Indonesia, and then US. So my setup keeps changing, my games keep changing, our surroundings keep changing, and in all this we try and keep one thing that's same is his Montessori or his activities area or the play area, and he really loves it. And this is something that I do with him like every single day without fail, whether we sit for like just 10 minutes. At least we do something together, and if he's not doing anything, at least he just sits down, he's sitting down in the corner and just reading his books. So that's something about us. And now I'm going to answer all the questions that I keep getting about Vivan and about us. Okay, so the first question that I keep getting is, does Vivan do all the activities that I make? The answer is 80% yes, 20% no. And I'll tell you which are the ones that he doesn't do, and I think I have drastically reduced making those activities. That is coloring and drawing activity. That is something he doesn't enjoy at all. He doesn't enjoy. Art is something when you tell him to color, right, he would not want to do it. We have worked on different we have tried in different ways, using different colors, using different techniques, stages, everything. I mean, I think me and the school, we have tried a lot of things, but he just finds it boring. I mean, I can't help it. So if I see back in the line all my activities from Jakarta, because I used to make sure that I use a lot of creative activities with him, but over the time, I think the more vocal he's becoming, it's right on my face that I don't want to do activities which involves coloring. Earlier he used to say, I'm going to come back to it, I'm going to do the other ones, but now he's like very clear, I don't want to do this, I don't like it. So that's something that I'm struggling, and we are not able to do that, but I'm fine with it. So what are the activities that he really enjoys? He really enjoys his brain teasers, and he really is like after my life all the time to find another book. To make another book and do brain teasers. He's very fond of maths. He's very fond of reading. Also, he's very fond of when like he sees a hoarding board or something, like a pamphlet or something, he reads that. So like that's one of the things. The second question that I ask is, how much money do I spend on the resources? Okay, so I can't go exactly on the numbers, how much money do I spend, but I would say that when I make my budget, okay, and there's a specific budget that I allocate for the resources that I use for Vivan, and of course when you're setting it up, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of resources, but gradually you're just adding on and you're removing. We haven't removed even one game so far. We do share it with a lot of kids around us, but it's not something that I've given away. Not even a book I have not, because we're still using our old books in like sight words, CVC words, building, and now we're going to start writing sentences. So all those short sentences books I'm going to use. So I would just say that if you are budgeting like $100 or 100 rupee, whatever is your budget, I mean, it's like completely up to you. You have to actually use just 40% of it, because eventually you would get a lot better things gradually when you go up. And don't get overwhelmed with the stuff that you get, because I do. When it comes to sticker books, I buy a lot of sticker books, and I do overindulge a lot of times. So that's where my husband steps in and he tells me, I think we are going over budget here. I think I have a lot of good dollar spots here at Target and Walmart, and then Michael's. So they are very, very attractive, enticing, and they really call you like, please pick me up. And I do go overboard, but it's been a couple of months that I have like, I'm really holding it tight. because as he's 5.5 years old, a lot of our old games are dated. So I am not buying any new games till the time the games that we already have for the last 2 years, he's going to finish it. So we have a criteria: when he's turning 6 this January end, he has to finish like 4 or 5 games, and that's when we are going to restock. So of course we have our own cutoffs, but generally my supplies are paper. A lot of paper, that's what I use. A lot of sticker books, a lot of flashcards, that's what I buy, and of course a lot of material from Learning Shore and Smart Games. Those are the games that I buy. But yes, when it comes to like actual budget, I think I spend, of whatever I have budgeted, I spend like almost 60-70% of it. But I would request that you don't do it, because it takes your peace of mind. I do end up using like everything. Nothing goes waste in my house. That's like I would say that's like a good thing that I have. If I buy something, I definitely use it. We finish it, and that's when I know it's like the value for money. But to begin with, I would just say don't go overboard. Okay, that was question number 2 or 3, I think. The next question is, how do I plan my routine? So I plan my routine. I wake up in the morning around 6. Yeah, around 6 I think I wake up, and I'm like loitering around in the house and figuring out what needs to be done. And I am not a tea or a coffee person in the morning, so I am like a glass of milk or cornflakes. So that's what I generally do, and I take that. And then after that, I am like ongoing. If Vivan's school is there, Vivan and Vivan's dad they're out by almost 8. Yeah, they're out by almost 8. And then it's like a big breather for me. I mean, I am like so happy in my happy place. But that happy hour is like just for half an hour or so. Then I get back to routine. I do the cleanup of the house, all the beds and both the rooms, and then the kitchen. I organize all that. I don't follow a menu. I mean, that's something I really don't like doing it for myself when it comes to kitchen. I do cook, but it's not something that I really love. But I think I cook pretty all right. I mean, we're surviving pretty well. And so I cook, and then I have a couple of hobbies that I do. I write, I read books, and I paint. I am practicing calligraphy. And then I socialize a lot, because I have a lot of friends. I try and call them home, or I go out with them. And the major part of my day goes in creating the activities or making the activity calendar for Vivan. So at least 2 or 3 hours in the morning goes in that. So if I'm still sitting every day. I have a basement, of course. So in my basement, there is a corner that I have for myself where I sit down and I take out all my projects that I'm doing right now. Once I finish them, it takes around 3 hours, and that's only done when there's nobody in the house. So that's what I do. And then after my cooking for lunch and whatever I'm prepping up for dinner, if the prep is done, it's time to pick up Vivan. When he's back, I play with him. We do our activities. I feed him food. We go out for a walk. We read books. I'm on the phone a lot of times. Yes, I forgot. I mean, that's like an important part, right? Who's not on the phone? I'm on the phone. I like my Instagram a lot. I keep checking up the DIY decors. I am a fashion buff, so I like to read. I like to see what's going on. And I like to see movies. I like watching TV. It's not like in the morning that I watch. That's something that I do late night. Not exactly late night, but in the evening, once Vivan is off to sleep, that's when we start, which is around 7:30, because he's off to sleep by 7:30, and that's when I switch on my Netflix with my husband, and that's when I watch. So that's basically the routine. And whatever said and done, food is not a very big priority in my house. My husband is very, very cool when it comes to food. I am the picky one when it comes to food, but I can survive on anything simple. And Vivan is also not a foodie, but he tries everything. So that's basically our routine. It's very simple. Okay, so the next question is, does Vivan show tantrums? Of course. Don't ever think that he doesn't show tantrums. He has his own tantrums for everything. I think when he was 4 years old, he was much more matured as compared to a 5.5-year-old child. I think we're just going backward when it comes to maturity. He's crying way more now. He's getting cranky way more now. I think even if you touch him, he will just get cranky a lot of times. So yes, of course, he has all his tantrums. Okay, well, I spoke about the milestones. A lot of moms have asked me, what are the milestones that we have still not achieved? Okay, so the biggest milestone that we have still not achieved is eating food by our own hands. And we are terribly struggling. We are failing every time, and it is a stress. It's a pain point for every meal. Wherever we go out, yes, it's a pain point, and the school is helping. I am trying, my friends, everybody else, because he's 5.5. He's supposed to eat by his own hands. So what is it that's something that he doesn't like? So he doesn't like his hands to get dirty. So of course he can use a fork, right? Yeah, but when it comes to like using his fork, also he doesn't want to put in that effort to use his fork or his spoon. Okay, so what I've done, I think I've tried incentivized him, I've tried threatening him, I've tried loving him, I've tried like scolding him, time out him, and appreciate him, encourage him. I think all the words that I think I can look for in my dictionary, like in trying all the ways. I did try to do all that with him. Even the school tried. So of course we have reached, like if we were like at 0, we have reached to 30 or 40 right now. But I would say it's still a long way to go. According to him, he says he doesn't like doing it and he doesn't want to do it. If you don't give him food also, so like a lot of people have told me like just let it be, let him be hungry. So I've tried that, and we have been trying that since he was 2.5. He wouldn't ask for food. That's not something that he would really ask. He would ask, but he will then take a bite or so, and then he would like sit down and he would wait for me that I go and I feed him, and which generally is happening like all the time when I'm going outside. And when I'm in the house, if I'm hungry and if Vivan is also hungry, so my fight is that I am very hungry, I want to eat, can you eat by yourself? And he's like, no, please feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. So that's what happens in our house, and that's a very big milestone which we still need to achieve. Yes, we do have to achieve that milestone of eating food by ourselves. And also he's very talkative, so we are really working on the listening skills. When it comes to listening skills, I think Vivan's teacher had given us a very good insight that I think it might help you guys if somewhere anyone is struggling with the listening skills. So like if I call my son, okay, and if I say by name Vivan, 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 and if he's not replying, what would you think? That he's not listening, right? That's what I was thinking, like, wow, what's wrong with him? Why is he not listening? There's nothing wrong. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe because I can't say that he is maybe thinking about something else. He's in his own world. If he's reading, he's too engrossed to listen to anything else, maybe. Or when he's watching TV, he's using all his brain and his ears and his eyes as the complete organ, just to focus on the TV and not to anything else, which is pretty good, because that's what we say, right? When we are focusing on something, don't listen if somebody's talking to you. So this was Vivan. He told his teacher, because I took it up to the class and I asked if there's the same thing happening in the class, and the miss said no, it generally doesn't happen. So they spoke about it in their mind up session. They have some mind up sessions where the children are supposed to speak up on a topic when the teacher is discussing, and that's what Vivan said, that it can happen when somebody is calling you, you might not be listening, or you might be in your own world. So maybe the other person needs to wait. So though I am like always waiting on the other side and I'm assuming that he's always thinking, but there are chances that he's also not listening. So we are still working on our listening skills and on our eating skills. So these were the questions, guys, that had come up to me, and I think I've tried answering a lot of questions. And yes, I have to come back to you with the video of multiplication. I'm still working on it. I mean, I have taken the dope from Vivan's dad, and I am making a book or like a concept anchor chart so that I can explain that how he learned multiplication. So please stay tuned. It's gonna come back very, very soon. Okay, thanks so much, guys. If you have any more questions, do let me know. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe. If you like this video and if you think the answers were like very honest and you could relate to them, just give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See ya.